Academic Expo ประจำปีการศึกษา 2566 ซึ่งกิจกรรมนี้เป็นกิจกรรมที่ให้นักเรียนได้นำเสนอผลงานของนักเรียนที่มาจากความสนใจของนักเรียนเอง ขอเชิญท่านผู้ปกครองพบกับความสามารถของนักเรียนได้เลยค่ะ
Hello everybody. Today I'll be presenting about how does the sun impact us. I wanted to present this topic because of global climate change and we have more people and more rainforest and less rainforest. Why do we get more heat and sunlight from the equator than the poles? For example, this is the tropical of Capricorn, this is the tropical of Cancer. Well, these are the temperate zones. The reason is because in the tropical zones, like the Tropic of Cancer and Capricorn, get more heat from sunlight than temperate zones like northern parts of America. Because the sun's rays strike most directly at the tropics, the equator gets direct sunlight while the poles gets indirect sunlight. For if this is my hand is the ray, so if it goes like this, it only gets a little bit. But if I do straight, it gets more. How does this affect people and organisms? People in the northern parts of USA usually wear jackets to keep them warm from the winter. Other organisms, such as plants, grow year-round near the equator because they need heat and a good supply of water. That's why we have more plants in Thailand than America. Fun facts. The name equator comes from the Latin word equator, meaning circle equalizing day and night. The highest point on the equator is Volcan Cayambe in Ecuador at 4,690 meters. Definitions. The Earth's equator is the imaginary line that runs around the center of the globe at 0 degrees latitude, at equal distance between the South Poles and the North. The locations on the planet's surface at which the planet's magnetic field lines are vertical. Degree, a unit or measurement of angles. Organism, any living thing that can carry out its life form on its own. This is a small picture about the rays coming in. In the north and south poles, you get low angle of incoming sunlight. And in the equator, at 0 degrees, sunlight strikes most directly. The red parts of our Earth is the hottest and the degrees. The yellow and orange is similar to red, but they are slightly colder. In the green and blue, it's cold, and then the dark blue, it's the most cold like Antarctica and the Arctic. This is a partial picture about when sunlight comes in, how much is it absorbed. It is reflected by surface 22%, 239 total outgoing infrared radiation, and then absorbed by atmosphere by 358, and then emitted by clouds 29%, absorbed by surface 163%, and the net absorbed 6%. Also, 77% absorbed by the atmosphere. Now, this is a model. This is a model of the sunlight's rays as they pass, and you will see that there's more color because it is more concentrated than widespread. 3, 2, 1. As you can see, it has more sunlight than here. When it's nighttime, there's no sun. Like this, well, USA is dark, but Thailand is hotter. As you can see, here has little light, but here has a lot of light. Thank you for listening to my presentation. See you next time. Hello, my name is Kin. Today I'm presenting about Newton's second law of motion. My expo title is May the Force Be With You. It's from the famous Star Wars movie. I got inspired to do this expo because my question was, how can I make a football go faster? After studying Newton's second law of motion, it got me. My introduction is Newton's second law of motion states that the unbalanced force on an object is equal to the mass of the object multiplied by its acceleration. Yes, and my hypothesis is if I kick the ball harder, the football will accelerate or go faster. My material to conduct this experiment is 5 pieces of cardboard, a nerve cylinder or just like a cylinder, wooden skewer or a stick, hot glue, a string, weights. I use batteries to conduct my experiment, and double-sided tape. Stopwatch, you could do it, but it's optional. And here's my experiment. First, we will test that first, if I apply like little force for 11 batteries, and this the force that stay the same, 2 batteries. Like if the football would have 2 batteries in it, so hold a mass of like pretend half a kilo like that, and this is the mass that will change like your force of kicking the football. So it's only 11 batteries, so it's like a pass or like soft kick. It will go slowly down the ramp. But if I apply more force, like I'm gonna shoot hard in the goal, let's see what happens if I apply more force. If I apply more force, the thing will go down faster. Let's see one more time. It goes down faster than applying little force. Okay, so my results of the experiment is if I apply more force, it will accelerate. My conclusion is by using Newton's second law of motion, my hypothesis was explained and correct. If you kick harder, may the force be with you. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Cecil, and today we are here to talk about aerodynamics. So what exactly is aerodynamics? Well, it's a branch of science that helps us understand how objects move through the air. It's about the interaction between gases and things in motion. This is an example of an airplane wing in two-dimensional view. As you can see, the wing is create lift from drag. So now imagine a world without aerodynamics. It would be like a world where flying planes or cars would be very different. So in conclusion, aerodynamics enables us to discover and create safe, efficient vehicles or airplanes to fly through the skies. By understanding the force at play, like drag and lift, we would become like an engineer. So this is what we will do in the experiment. First, we are going to explore the impact of aerodynamics on various objects. As here we use paper. We will divide the wing into various shapes and observe the impact on air resistance. So here is the project. The materials I use is scissors, a fan, and a piece of paper. Now it can be any color, but I choose green. First, let's see how this impacts the fan. Wait. Here, as you can see, if I take this down, the wing is not creating enough lift to go up because the wing is too heavy. But if the wing is smaller like this, around this, the wing is small enough to create enough lift, but is lightweight enough to not go down. So now this wing is generating lift, but generating lift, we need thrust. Here is an example if we don't have thrust. It will just fall down. But if we have thrust or the plane is moving forward, the plane will now create lift. So, secondly, I will try to divide the wing into various shapes, like a square on a bomber 22B. As you can see, it isn't creating much lift, but it's very air resistant, so it can fly very high speed. Thank you for joining me on this aerodynamic presentation. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Bye.
Hello, my name is AJ and I'm going to show how to make a card game presented by Anjor Acharya or me. Let's get started. First, develop custom character cards can bring personalized and entertaining elements to your card game. Start by considering the theme or style of your envision for your cards. Think about the characteristics and ability you want each of them to have. This will add depth and complexity to your game, making your game more engaging for players. Add visual appearance like suit, outfits, accessories, and facial expressions to give the card more of a better look. Next, choose a design that reflects your style and personality. You can go optimize for a more broad card that isn't that more looking complex, or you could go for a highly complex card like this. You could go for a more natural look, or you can go for a modern futuristic look. Consider adding your favorite colors or pattern to your frame to make it truly unique. We're so close, come on! Finally, use a printer to print out your card and add a small layer of paper behind it to give it more depth and complexity. Adding a small depth and complexity can also make it more good for players to feel, and it will give a leaving and lasting impression on players. I here added a small layer in front to add the star pattern to make it look more cooler. Why did I make this? I got inspired by the card game Pokemon. I tried my best to create a fun and engaging card for players to have fun. Drawing from the excitement and strategy of Pokemon, I aim to capture the same sense of adventure in my own card game. By carefully designing the rules and mechanics, I wanted to offer players a new way to strategize. This is my game and I'm going to show you how I'm going to make it. So if you don't know my card game, I don't have a name yet, so I still wrote Pokemon. How to win. Defeat your opponent's Pokemon until they have no bench slots left. You might be asking, how do you take a bench slot? You take a bench slot by defeating one of your opponent's Pokemon and taking a prize card for it. But then they will not have one bench slot left. What are prize cards? A prize card is a power-up to your team that makes it do more abilities. Like these. The one with the stars are power-ups. Some more rules about my card game. You can only use one trainer per turn. These are 4 types of cards in my card games. There are Pokemon, there are stadiums, there are items, and they are trainers. You can only play one trainer per turn. You can play as many items as you want per turn. After you attack, it is your opponent's turn. And when you start by drawing a card. More facts. Pokemon have the word basic, then you can instantly place it on the bench. There are things as abilities and attacks. The attack needs to be powered up by energies. You can use an ability that says once during your turn. That means you can only use it once during your turn. This is some extra Pokemon created by me. There's bees all the way to future Pokemon. This is more natural look for Pokemon. And these, my friends helped me design them to look more cool. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Bye!
Hello, my name is Ten. Today I'll present my project, how to build your own toy truck at home. First, my project will have 10 batteries, 5 motors. I use elephant glue to bind everything together and hot glue. I use primer to cut or destroy something. There is a motor and this is a battery. I used 2 days and 3 hours to build this. It took a long time because I need to buy some tool. This is how a motor works. We'll put this down to make a motor work. I used 5 of these motors to make the car move. Thank you for listening my presentation.
Hello, my name is Saya. Today I will present about elephant toothpaste. Elephant toothpaste is a chemical reaction that is made by mixing hot water. Then after that, mix food coloring. Then add dry yeast. Next, add this soap. Last, add hydrogen peroxide or hydrogen peroxide. This is how to make elephant toothpaste. You need to put this soap, then add a dry yeast for 20.5. Then add it to the water. Next, mix it. Mix it until it looks brown like this. Then add some hydrogen peroxide. Yeah. Then you got it, elephant toothpaste. There, it's coming up. We added little water. We have little water and big glass, but look, it's coming up a lot. If want, we can add some powder like baking soda to make it. I still don't have the food coloring, so yeah, I got it like this. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Bye bye.
Hello, my name is Dante, and I'm going to present my game. Ready, set, draw. There are 2 modes in my game. For single player, you press Q faster than the enemy. Watch! Now the harder the difficulty, the faster the enemy is. And the fastest enemy is impossible, which I can't beat. Look and see. Again, of course. Now for multiplayer, the first player presses Q and the second player presses P. I chose this because they're on the other sides of the keyboard. And the faster player wins, of course. Now look and see again. Now this is actually a terrible occasion because there's no other player to play with me, so yeah. So there's nothing happens, but if I press P, this happens and player 2 wins. Now, if I make ready, set, draw 2, I would add online play, fake outs, which are things that trick you, and a penalty for pressing before draw because you can just do this. I'm holding the Q button. Wait, how did they do that? Okay, rerun. Now, you know how to play my game, so make sure to play it.